Hello, welcome to Human Animal Audit Corner. Everyone, step into my kitchen. You know it. I'm in my kitchen today, and we're gonna finish up the Monte, and we're gonna also make corn chowder and start on our crust to make for tomorrow pot pie because it has to sit overnight. So now let's get started. So we're going to boil 4 cups of vegetable of any stock. But I prefer to use vegan because I'm trying my best to be a vegetarian. Vegan. Already a vegetarian. So let's just pour it in and have it on from medium to high. Oh, wrong one. From medium to high. Okay, now we're going to pour this in. Now, what does the dumpling look like now? Now, these are a little bit too hard, but usually it is something like this, but it has to be thinner. Mine is a little bit too thick. It's okay to be less than perfect. So here we go. This is what it looks like. All right. What a way to get back on your feet again, huh? All right. Okay, so we're going to let that boil. And then after it comes to a boil, I'm going to stick these in here. Now, I'm going to boil this up without the salt. So I'm trying to cut back on my salt. Because as you get older, you know, you have to cut back on almost everything. So we won't have any further health problems. So first thing you do when you get out of the cult and other high control groups like Scientology, and of course you're going to have to learn how to cook on your own. So I bring my recipes to you. Of course, we're going to actually also make corn chowder. Of course, I just told you that. So I forgot to get my pot. So let me get my pot. All right. All right, there. Sorry about it, everybody. I just had to get the 4 cups and the ice water out of the way because you're going to have to bathe the butter in in the water with plastic wrap. But however, sorry about that. I should have done it off, but didn't think of it. So we are going to fire this up. Now we're going to saute everything first. We're going to saute the onions for our corn chowder. All right. All right. So we're going to grab our 3 small onions. Cut them up and put it in the food processor. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I thought I grabbed everything, so I got to work on my hook a little more. So, and let's see. Okay, so we're going to cut everything up and stick it in the food processor. And everybody, I'm going to make almond butter again. So guess what? Scrap it. Get rid of it. Because the milk going in there didn't do me so good. I should have left it in my refrigerator. So here we go. All right. So, okay, we're going to cut this up. Yeah, it ready to cry, America, or the world. Now, take this off. I'm going to peel this gently, and we're not going to take any of the other parts of the onion. So we're going to try and do that. But I don't have the garlic in here. So, but I guess if you want to put the garlic in, you can. I add garlic to almost everything. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing with me. And this looks like a regular red onion, only it's a shallot. So, okay. So we're going to stick this in to the food processor, facing up. Okay. Jeez. All right, here we go. Okay. Took almost all of it. So, okay. And am I going to stay in the kitchen extra longer? We'll see. If we're having lots of fun. So come on in and join in the fun. And okay, I am gonna bring you a recipe tomorrow, but like I said, I am gonna switch up Arts and Crafts Day, Healing Arts and Crafts Day to Monday, and have my cooking segment on an X-ray day, which is Friday. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay. Now we cut this in half. All right. Now, what other changes am I going to make? I'm working on getting a little bit more life into my mainstream. Oh, geez. So, all right. Now, I'm going to cut this again. Oh, my gosh. You know what? Let me go blow my nose. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, everyone. Oh, my sanitizer. Okay. Yes, I know that this mixing with the food is not good, but you know, I can't have any dead time. So, and plus, I'm the only one that's going to be eating this. It doesn't really matter. So, okay. Alrighty. All right. Alrighty. There we go. Now we're going to toss these away. All right, now I'm going to chop up the onions. Okay, where's my, here's the top. Of course, you know, this is the food processor that I might be advertising for the company, of course. So I have to wait off on that. So here we go. and it only takes 2 seconds. And look at this. It's small. Beats every other food processor. So there. Oh, jeez, I want to put this aside. Oh, my goodness. All right, now we're going to take a tablespoon and a half of olive oil to saute. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Saute the onion, so we'll put it on a little less. Okay. I'm going to put a little more. All right. Now, you know what? If you're in the desire to actually get a job as a chef, there are plenty of websites you can go to. Indeed is one of them, but you know what? Recently, they just terminated their employment with their employees. Now they're out of the job, and that's supposed to be about having a job, and those employees' job has been cut due to AI. Is it right? No. So all you Scientologists, it looks like you might have to ditch Indeed. Or you can call them, just Google it and see if you can get their phone number. If not, then you're going to have to move on. And I'm going to discourage everybody from actually hopping on Indeed because of AI, due to AI. And it's supposed to be about employment. They're not doing it. Yeah, we're going to run into people who don't practice what they preach. Everybody does it cautiously and unconsciously. Okay. Now we're going to put the tablespoon and a half in here. So we can saute the onions. And if you want to put garlic in there, go right ahead, because you know what? I put garlic in everything. Now you want to work for a burger joint? Go right ahead, because you know what? Miscavige and Osa would say, if you keep it up, you're going to be working at a burger joint. Well, guess what? Kids at a burger joint make more money than anyone in Scientology, including when they work for a celebrity. But some of those celebrities are not that great. So, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous if a kid at a burger joint makes more money than you. It is. So, and check with your neighbors from where you live now and see if they have a job for you. Or you can go to my link below and you'll see Magnolia Clubhouse or Clubhouse International and see what they have for you. Now, book and schedule an appointment, because not only they find jobs for people with mental illness, if you're qualified, which you probably do because you're suffering trauma. So that should count for something. Get in touch with your local clubhouse and set up an appointment for a tour. Now, you can also get it through the Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation. Okay. And they also help you find a job, but the hook is the Clubhouse International, and the Clubhouse in your area have a little more, because guess what? They have activities for you since it's a clubhouse. And they do stuff like karaoke, parties, arts and crafts. It is just so exciting. And they're just like a regular clubhouse, but only difference is they help people with mental illness find jobs. But you know what? Since you have trauma, it does count for something. So, all right. Okay, now we're going to put in our onions. Hopefully I won't cry. So just take a regular teaspoon. Oh yeah. Let's see. Did I already take out the blade? Yes, I did. So as soon as you take out the blade. Oh no, I'm going to still need this. Yeah, I'm going to still need. No, I'm not going to still need this, so I'll just toss this in. Okay, now we're going to put this into the pot to saute. Okay. And you know what? I decided to add more creativity to my channel to help you get back on your feet again. And that includes having recipes, arts and crafts. Of course, it's very therapeutic to have arts and crafts day because it just relaxes you. But however, I am not a psychiatrist or a counselor. So go down to the National Mental Health Institute and NAMI down below and check it out. I hope I got the National Institute for Mental Health right, but I definitely got NAMI right. So go to one of those two links and they'll help you get the care that you need. Or you can inquire about it with Claire when you go in for your monetary aid and see if she's knowledgeable. And if you want somebody to go with you, you know what? Ask them. But so then you stir this. Oh my God. Stir this. Saute until it's golden brown. Ooh. I don't want to tear up. All right. Now, what we do next, I'm going to do it. I really like it. I am going to put a teaspoon of garlic. I put garlic in everything, but it didn't have it in this recipe. But I want my garlic anyway. So if you want to put garlic in there, fine by me. But don't put so many in there that you end up stinking, okay? Okay. Now, saute this. All right. Now, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of flour in there. Oh, yeah, 1 tablespoon of flour in. Let me wipe this off. So you don't want it mixed up with your flour. So we're going to wipe this off a bit. I'm going to put in the 1 tablespoon of flour. All right, this is all set to go. There. Set this aside for a pie crust later. Now we're going to stir this around. I'm going to saute that with the... Oh! Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I got it right. 1 tablespoon. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put 2.5 cups of stock. So let's see. Darn it. Yeah, I remember. Put an ice bath in it, so. Two and 1/4 cups. All right, there. Okay, now. Now, am I going to make a whole pot? Probably not. So, all right, there. Now, I think maybe I'll turn up the Monte's broth a little bit more. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put this away. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. All right, should I be wearing an apron? Yeah. Usually I don't wear an apron, so that'll do it. So, okay. And then we're going to put a teaspoon of mustard seed grounded up. So let's do it. Oh, did not grab out my potatoes. Yeah, I'll just throw it aside right here for now. Stir it up. Now, which one are we going to add in? Let's see. For the Monte, because usually with the Monte, which is a dumpling, when you serve it, usually it's served with yogurt. And if you're a vegan, you have to find the plain one. You can't have the flavored one. Oh, you'll get flavored dumplings. So, all right. So it looks the plain one, but if you're not a vegan, don't worry, I'm not going to cram it down your throat. You can use, so, okay. And then we're going to put 1/3 of paprika in. Now, it is such a big pot, so, okay. Maybe I don't have a smaller version like this one, so I had to go with this. All right, 1/3. Where is it? Oh boy. 1/4. Darn it. 1/2. Oh boy. Okay, well, we can just use this twice because it will be 1/3 after you use it. So let's put it in. 1/3. All right, there we go. Paprika. All right, now we're going to stir this around like it was a rumor that Scientology is saying about their former members and other people. So, stir this around. Okay, let's see. And then we're going to put in 1/4 of turmeric. So, let's get it. There's your turmeric. Yeah, it is an orangey color. Oh, wait, I said 1/4. So, let's put the 1/4 in. Stir it up. Okay. And then we're going to put 1/2 of salt in there. But guess what? If your doctor told you not to put salt in your food, don't. He'll give you a little advice on how you can replace the salt, but check with your doctor first. So let's see here. Because you know how much Scientology does not believe in doctors or any kind of doctors. So, hello to my mod. All right, so let me see here. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. I didn't really fill this to the top because I'm trying to cut back on salt. Stir this. Now, we are going to add 1/3 of black pepper. Wonder if I should use my new one. What do you think, everybody? Should I actually put the black pepper in? Because this was around since I moved in, and that was about 28 years ago. You think I should replace it? Let me know at the comment below. So, alrighty. And my paprika and mustard seeds, new. Turmeric, new. Except for the black pepper. I've had it since, but I have new black pepper that maybe I should use, but at the same time, I don't want to waste the earth. What do you think? Leave the comments below. So, all right. Oh, guess what, everybody? It's time to stick in the dumplings. All right, there we go. Dumplings are in. Now, we're going to put in 1 cup of water. So let's see. Where is that 1 cup? Ah, here it is. Okay, just dump it in because it has to have room to boil. So here we go. Oh boy, I forgot to stick in the milk for the plant-based milk for my chowder because you can't go without it. So let's see, where is it? Okay, so let's try 3 cups. So it can be any plant-based milk. That's what I do. So, all right. This is out. So, let's see. And this one's next. And they double seal it. And back in the 80s, there was a huge scare when Tylenol experienced people messing with the Tylenol. One guy wanted to get even with his girlfriends by messing with it. And a whole lot of people died. Since then, it sent off a shockwaves to have everything sealed no matter how many oh geez. How many times a person has to try and open. Okay, it's extra creamy, good. Is it sugary? Okay, it's good. At least we know we're not going to have vanilla chowder, so that's the second one. Let's try 2.5 cups. See how that turns out. Now let's go with 3 cups since we're going to actually put a pound of potatoes in there. So, all right, 3 cups, everybody. All right. Now, as you can tell, we're not putting cream in. All right, so that's it. Now, I'm going to put this away. Looks like I'm going to have to get more milk or whatever. We're going to turn it on low so we can work on the potatoes. Now get the unsweetened milk if you're going to buy the plant-based milk. Make sure it's unsweetened. And of course, all the food I make is cruelty-free. All right. So now we're gonna cut up our potatoes. So let's get a pound of it. Now these potatoes are huge. So I'm only gonna grab 4 of these. And next week I might make stuffed potatoes or potato skins or whatever it is we call it. So maybe I should find a little smaller one. Okay. Although this might weigh a lot, so yeah, it's gonna be a pound. So let's just go with that. The worst it can get is it's about close to a half pound. So we're gonna stick this aside. Okay, there. Alrighty. Now we're gonna actually peel the potatoes, of course. But if you don't want to peel the potatoes, that's fine. But I do, so. All right. Now, come this Thursday, I'm going to have a compare and contrast with the past actions that L. Ron Hubbard took when he created Scientology with his then girlfriend while seeing her behind his wife's back and then marrying her, turning himself into a bigamist. And then he turned into a hypocrite when he said, no. Oh, geez. What's that word I'm looking for? Polygamy. Okay. Right, so we're going to toss these into the trash. And with L. Ron Hubbard, when he created Scientology, he based it on, it has roots with dark magic, when L. Ron Hubbard created it. All right. Because in the dark arts, they know how to control people, fool people into getting them to do what they want, brainwashing, which is part of the dark arts. But however, with the dark arts, they don't have an oh. All right. So let this boil for about the mate or dumplings for about 30 to 40 minutes. Okay. All right. Now where's my train of thought? Isolate and put them into seclusions. That's what a cult does. Even though witchcraft is not classified as a cult, since it's not classified as a control group, they don't really control their victims. They find another way to get to them. All right. And if you say, no, that's not the way they do it, I know what I'm talking about. I studied both of them, and they are both different as night and day. So I make sure when I actually record or go live, I do my research too. So meaning I don't read from the Bible, because priests, nuns, and everybody that works for a church does not do their research outside of the Bible, because there are several branches of witchcraft. Although I don't blame them for thinking what they're thinking, because each and every witch experiences the supernatural. So I'm going to have to put myself in their shoes and go along with what they think, but then I am not going to discourage anyone if they're using it for positive purposes, not negative purposes. So please do not try and convert a person thinking that they're going to practice the dark magic. And if you ran into a wrong person, they can seriously injure you, and I'm going to use the G-rated version, or make you pass on. So don't do that. Be careful. Now, last one I'm going to peel. Now, these are so huge. So and it looks like all these together, it's going to be about 1 pound. The worst it can get, it's about 1/3 of a pound. All right. Like over last Monday, when Mr. Guron took a trip to Salem and was standing in front of the temple, that was a little careless of him. And him going up to everybody the way he did was not such a good idea, because then they're going to think you're a crazy person. Don't do that. Is he settled? Well, a little bit. I can give him credit, but you can't go to an area where it's a witch community and ask if they want to take a Bible study course. Now, it's one thing if they want to do it in their free will, but you can't also cram it down their throat. So it's okay for the witches to actually join in and see if they do want to convert, but if they don't, just don't pester them into converting. So, let's see here. Yeah, I think it should boil more. It was a little thicker. All right. All right. This goes into the sink. Hope I didn't break anything. So that ain't much. And no, I'm not going to throw the blade. All right. Now I'm going to get rid of this. But I'm not going to break it. So, and unplug this. Oh, yeah. So it'll be okay. Put this aside. Because I do want to make room. Okay, so now I am going to put the potatoes in here, all of them. Oh no. Should I go with 4 cups? Now, if I'm going to add the pound in here, the potatoes, and then put the corn in, yeah, it's probably a good idea. So how many? Oh, I did not. Okay. And the 3 cups of corn in, I better put more milk in there. Okay. Yeah, thank God I didn't put this in a sink. So we're going to put 1 more cup in there. So this should do it. It should be there. That's 4 cups plant-based milk or whatever you want to put in. It's fine. So, because I am not going to cram anything down your throat, and I'm not going to make you do something you don't want to do. So, where is? Oh, here it is. And then we're going to put this back in the refrigerator. All right. Oh, it looks like this one has sugar in it. Yeah, make sure it's unsweetened because, okay, because it smells like vanilla milk. It's plain, but it smells a little like vanilla milk, but you know what? Okay. So now we're going to cut the potatoes. But if you want to put it in, with the skins on, you can. You can do that. All right, so make sure it's a little small. So, oh, okay, well. And I actually do have a bigger version of the cutting board, but I don't have enough room. And this is the only place I can actually put my Chromebook. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So. Okay. Now we're going to cut them all up, put them in here. Now keep your fingers crossed and see if I can actually turn this into a soup instead of a stew. Okay, so if anyone wants to take a trip to Sam, go right ahead and do so. It's a safe area. But don't be separate from them. Treat them like a regular human being. But if you run into the wrong one, just politely walk away. Don't get into a fight with them. All right. Cut this up. Now keep your fingers crossed and make sure. I'm gonna see if it doesn't turn into stew instead of soup. Okay, or chowder, whatever. Okay. Now, where did it come from? You know what? I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay. All right. Now, okay, it's getting there. I think I'm gonna stop at this potato because it looks like it's gonna pretty much turn into stew if I put that one in. I'll save it for another day. Okay, or I'll save it for a dinner of some kind. Boil it. Now, finish cutting these up. So I'm going to stop at potato number 2. All right. And Salem, Massachusetts is a tourist attraction. Everyone goes there. And trust me, it is safe. So, all right. Okay, and when I actually do the art magic, I'm going to combine it with Scientology. So don't worry, there's going to still be the Scientology content in there. All right, not going to put this one in. Yeah, not going to put that one in. Now. All right, maybe I should actually... I'm going to use this one. I think it's meant to be a decoration. But I'm going to use this to put on top and then stick it in the refrigerator, even though it looks like a decoration that should be hanging on the wall. Okay. And we're going to put in, okay, it's coming along good. Yeah, I bought this 3 months ago. I forgot about it, so I put the other corn I bought today in the back, so I use this. So, Now I'm going to put 2.5 cups of corn. So let's do it. Now I'm going to measure it out, hopefully good. So now hopefully I don't put too much, because guess what? I forgot to put in the corn. So I'm going to check first to see. Yeah. I should get a new one because the handle broke on this one. So let's see here. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Yeah, looks like I can put the half in. But it still smells like vanilla milk, even though it's supposedly plain. But oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, this is a half. So here we go. All right, that's it. And then we're going to stick this in the freezer. All right. Now I'm going to use a twist tie. Because guess what? We cannot waste anything. We can't waste the earth. Now, growing up, my mother used everything. And after she was done using it, she would use it again. My mother never wasted anything around the house. Except for paper, because back then in the 70s, there wasn't too many recycled items going through the process again. It didn't start until I think somewhere in the 90s, it started to actually take effect in probably the late 90s. So, and that was the 70s. They didn't recycle much. So, there. Now we're going to stick this back in the freezer. Oh, boy. Now we're going to stir this around. Other than that, it's turning out pretty good. Yeah, it's what I pictured it when I stopped. All right. Or added. Okay. All right. All right. Now we're gonna make our pie crust. Yes, we're gonna make a pie crust. I'm thinking of the Monte or dumplings that we made yesterday. So let's get it. Ooh, I had it on room temperature, so let's cut up the butter. Now, I guess it'll be easy to have it in room temperature, so it's easy to cut, I think. All right. Now you grab your plastic wrap and put it over the ice water. Or this would be easier if you actually, ooh, yeah, right. I'll grab the ice water in a sec. So all right. Now let's see here. No, this is okay. Let it cook a little more. It'll be okay. But make sure the soup is still there. So maybe about 5 more minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this into cubes. Oh yeah, the pie crust. Okay, there we go. 2 1/4 cup flour. It'll be, ooh, yeah, I need 2 more butter. So let me get it. You know what? Just put in the 2 cups. I'll be good with it. Okay. Yeah, just put in a 1.5 cups. It'll be fine. So let's cut this up into pieces, and then I'll grab the pitcher. And you're going to bathe it in the ice water. And no, we're not going to give it a bath. So pull this aside and cut it into a cube. The pie crust for tomorrow's dinner pot pie. Oh, maybe we better put this up. Oh no, wrong one. Turn this down, turn this up into medium high. All right. Okay. So I'm not gonna give you any more details about the story. I'm gonna bring up on Thursday because I can't give any of the plot away. Which is the right thing to do, because if it's a dead giveaway, nobody is going to come on to your channel. So don't give any of the plots away. It's a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. So now cut it at least 2 times each with a pat of butter. All right. And as you all know, I'm continuing to talk about it. Aaron has been found not guilty for obvious reasons. Yeah. The jury deliberated for about 24 minutes when they came up with not guilty, because everybody in that town knows what Scientology does. So Aaron had an excellent lawyer. And the police department in Clearwater looks like it's corrupt. And, oh, let me go below my nose again. Excuse me. All right. Okay. And don't worry, everybody, because guess what? I washed my hands this time, so. All right. It looks like this is fine, so I'll turn it off. There. Okay. Then we're going to continue to cut the butter. All right. And what else is going down today? All right. And you know, Erica was hanging out at the Fort Harrison Hotel on the other side of that ridiculous sign that they decided to put in when they took over the entire sidewalk, the entire area. Yeah. They wanted to get fancy, so they did not ask for permission to do that. So, guess what? They just took over the entire area. And that's what Scientology does. They think they can just take over whatever they want. Okay. Alrighty. All right. There. And oh boy, it looked so good. It was so blue. She wore a blue t-shirt, had blue lips, and had blue powder cornstarch chalk that's in powder form that Scientology was accusing Aaron of using on them when they said that he committed assault, when he really didn't. That was self-defense. But guess what? Scientology used the self-defense tactic on themselves. Yeah, usually they did that. And they paint themselves to be the victim, even though the person that they were going after is actually the victim. Now, Aaron knows what's going on in there firsthand. He was a 12-year-old child who was put to work as a child, a 12-year-old child. Now, this is something that happens in other countries. You do not expect it to happen in this country. I know it because guess what? They use my dad that way in Turkey. Because guess what? It looks like they don't let women work because they grabbed his younger brother out and then married, and then my grandmother married off their older sister because guess what? They do not let women work. It looks that way. Are they still using it today? I'll check on that. So, okay. And my father passed away a year ago, and then following that, my aunt passed away, his older sister. And now the younger brother is left. So, and my uncle, oh my gosh, he is just so cute. He comes up with cute sentences. Oh man. And I would pass for his daughter. I look like him. So yeah, I look like him. I'm serious. I do look a little like my mother, but I don't think I look like my dad, even though people said in the past that I did. I don't think so. I look more like his younger brother. All right. So everybody is still celebrating today because of the verdict on, let's see, I believe it was Thursday or maybe Wednesday, somewhere around that area. All right. Now, do I eat pies all the time? Obviously not, because it's bad for your cholesterol. So I don't eat it all the time, and I'm trying to cut back on everything. Sweets, I definitely am good at cutting back. So, all right, now we're gonna bring over the tub. Now I'm gonna stick it in this huge tub, and then let it soak. And no, I'm not gonna give it a bath. It'd be funny if you did, but no. It's gonna sit there for maybe about, let's see, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15. Yeah, I really don't do anything ahead of time. Oh boy. Oh geez, let me dump some of this out. And then gradually we're gonna add it in later. Okay, there we are. Now make sure they're a little apart. Ooh. Okay, so then we're gonna actually turn it down a bit so it doesn't overboil. All right, so now we're gonna continue to put this in so it can soak. Yeah, I did. I put 2 cups in. All right. And then we're going to use the wrap when I let it sit overnight. And I will be back later after Arts and Crafts Day to finish the pot pie. And then, am I going to eat it the same day? I would love to say yes, but I'll probably eat it anyway. But however, I do want to eat it starting on probably Friday. Yeah. Carbs found me even though I'm a vegetarian. So when you actually consider becoming a vegan or vegetarian, read about it. Because you don't want carbs to find you like it did me. So, all right. All right. Now, What else is shaking? Oh, I know it has nothing to do with this channel, but oh my gosh, there was a bunch of babies with animals that they're posing with, and some of the babies are actually howling, and the dog howled back. It was so cute. Somewhere in there. So go to the search bar up above, type it in, and there it is. It's so cute, even though I've gotten off subject a bit. Okay, so we're going to give it a bath. Now I'm going to pour a little bit more out. So it can actually just sit in the ice water, because it has to be a little bit hard in there. Oh boy, I hope this doesn't get dark. Of course, days are getting longer and it's almost daylight savings time. So remember to put your clock back. No, forward, excuse me, forward on daylight something something. It's not daylight, yeah, daylight saving time, because that's in the fall. But we put our clocks ahead 1 hour. So remember to do that. Now we're going to set this aside. And then wait for it to soak in the tub of water. So we're going to put this aside. All right. Is it turning out very good? All right. Is this classified as done? Let me see here. Yeah, a little bit more. And don't worry, I'm the only one that's going to be using it. So, you know what? Let me turn on the light. All right. Now we're going to let it sit in there for about 10 minutes. Okay, so it'd be 10. Yeah, it'll be, yeah. Okay, it would definitely be 5:57. So, got to put this in there. So we're going to let that bathe. All right. Now what's next in our recipe? Okay, we're going to add the flour and the salt. So should I sift it? What do you think, everybody? You think for a pie we should sift it or just leave as is? For any pie recipe or cake recipe, leave it at the comment below. And I'll definitely reply, do a better job with applying. And guess what? I did apply to a couple and it's great. So please put a comment at the comment section. You don't have anything to comment on, then don't put it down. I'm not going to actually pester you to do that either. So, okay. All righty. And there's nobody in my chat, but one of the mobs hopped down, and it was green grass. Okay. And he said, I have a great show. All right. Oh, this is just perfect. It's boiling up very good. This one's done. The dumplings are done. All right. Keep that on for 5 minutes. Okay. Now, if you're just coming out of Scientology and you're looking for a get to the Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation, the Aftermath Foundation is at 1-888-FREE-002, and in the UK it's 0800-090-3372. Now, both of them are toll-free number, but SPTV Foundation isn't. Is Aaron working on it? I don't know. I should actually ask him, since I'm volunteering, and ask him if they're going to actually put a 1-800 number. I'll check with him. And tomorrow I'll be doing a task. What is it? Not going to tell you. No. So I'm actually going to give that person time. And what organization? I'm going to follow John Poe's advice from Poe on the Go. And this was the day he had Mona and Joe on, as you know, as Audit LA, and Mona known as Fat Grammy. All right, so I should just turn this thing off, and it's done. So let's see here. Oh no, wrong one. All right, a little bit more, 10 to 15 minutes. So we're going to grab out the bowl and then work the butter in the flour. So it wouldn't be, or actually we're going to work it. Oh, geez. Usually I put my baking pan in here, but where did it go? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Let's see. Oh, geez. It looks like I have to use the thingamajiggy that's in there, the other large bowl that's in this. All right, and here it is. Now I'm going to stick this over here so I won't run into this. And this should be cooled off a little. Now, what both foundation does is actually put a roof over your head, find a job for you, both of them, and I think set you up with the doctor or a psychiatrist. But also, you can get it at the link below, as I mentioned earlier, with NAMI and the National Center for Mental Health. They're both in there. And if I don't, email me with the email below, and then, or put it in the comments below, and I'll get to it. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, so it's going to be a couple of more minutes. And now, do they help you put the clothes on your back? It's possible since people leave in a hurry and just leave the clothes on the back, or they go to Claire or Mark or maybe even Jeff Augustine and help them leave Scientology with the clothes. And one of the LAPD would walk them to the car. Not each and every LAPD police officer is corrupt. There are good ones in the mix. And it was proof when one of them saw to it that the charges against Danny was dropped. Alicia told us a year or 2 years ago. She said, I quote, police officers said that they would see to it that Danny's charges would be dropped. Okay, let's see. Okay, looks like it's going to be a couple more minutes. All right. Now, guess what? Marilyn Honey, I think it was her husband, and her husband was in Clearwater, Florida, sitting in the sun. I love that. And it was just sunbathing, and oh, it looked so much fun. I wish I can do that. So it looked so much fun. And I got a new coffee kettle. And the other one, oh my gosh, it just looks so sad. So I just threw it in my recycle. What do you think about that, everybody? Want to comment on that? Then go right ahead. So let's see here. All right. Okay. This is pretty much done, but I didn't put any salt in here. So you want to put salt and you don't have bad health, go ahead and do so. Welcome back, Maud. And tomorrow I'm definitely going to work on my pot pie, since my crust the dough for the crust has to sit overnight. So we're going to see what would happen. Hopefully, I did change the recipe. I used a different recipe and rewritten it. And I'm going to see how it turns out. And then make the pot pie. That would be tomorrow at 5. So I am definitely going to put it in. And, oh, it's highlighted. Learn more. Okay, I will do that. So, okay. But last time I did have maybe green grass coming out into the chat. So, and let's see here now. Okay, it's ready to go. Let me get my butter. right. Okay, it is hard as a rock. So we're going to stick this in. But we're going to definitely save the wrap. No, it's a little wet. Oh, geez. Found my other mixing bowl wasn't out of food. So now, yeah, we're going to use this. I'm going to use this to line it. Yeah, what a waste, isn't it? So I'm going to use this to cut my dough in half and then wrap it up. Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to use a couple of tablespoons out of here, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. And we're not going to completely actually mush it up. So I'm probably going to put a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to add it in slowly and gently. Okay. Right, I'm going to put it right here. Now I'm going to use the pastry tool. Where is it? Here it is. So now I'm going to work it. And then it has to be a little hard as a rock. That's what the ice bath was for. Has to be hard. And then you have to bathe. Well, not give it a bath, but bathe it in cold ice water. So, and then we're going to put the flour in. We're going to, okay. Now, okay. Now, I'm glad you joined me today, everyone. So, now, we're going to take the tablespoon, if I can find it. Oh, boy. Here it is. The tablespoon. And add it little by little gently. So, tablespoon. And then mix it in. Make sure it's luke cold. Oh, jeez. Oh, geez, I broke this. Looks like it. I don't know, but hopefully I didn't break it. No, I didn't. Good. All right. And then, if you want to add your salt, go ahead. But if the doctor says otherwise, use salt, unsalted butter, period, because you're going to be adding it in yourself. And in case the doctor says to cut back on the salt, then do so. All right. All right, so that should do it for that. Or maybe I should put a tablespoon more. Where is it? And then it'll harden. So, but make sure you do not actually turn it into mush. All right, just make sure it stays cold. If it's not cold, add more ice. But make sure you don't turn it into a swimming pool either. Like I think I just did. Yeah, I did a little. All right, so that should be it with the second tablespoon for me since okay. Now everybody or one, make sure you tell everybody that I'm making a pot pie. So everybody will tune into my channel. So do that, everybody. And thank you for actually clicking on my channel. I much appreciate it. And still working on buying me a coffee. And I am definitely going to put my merch store up. I don't know when. With my vases. Now, should I make an SPTV vase and donate it? I'll try to. But right now, I'm not in the position to actually donate my cash. But if it happens, I will definitely. Okay. Now, all right. I'm definitely going to use the fork, so let me get it. But if you want to keep using the pastry shells, go ahead. But it says, well, is it a better idea to use the pastry tool? Yes, it is. Okay. Make sure you don't turn your bath butter into a swimming pool. It looks like it's going. Make sure it doesn't swim in it. So I'm stopping right here. So the reason why you have to have the water so it can stay solid when you use it. Now you can use the same pie crust for a pie recipe. Or make a bar. Okay. All right. Now, definitely come Easter, I am going to make baklava. But since back in Christmas, I lost my internet connection, I couldn't actually make my baklava for that reason. So, my brother helped me get back online. And I was set to go. Am I a techno geek? Not really. So now I am going to put 2.5 cups of flour. Hopefully it'll stay solid. All right, now I'm going to put my first cup in and then work it in. Okay, let me get my flour. Now my other flour my other cup actually broke, so let's see. Okay, I'll use my half cup to gradually work the 2.5 cups in. So. Okay, this is the first cup, half cup. anyway. Then we're going to gently work it in. But if you want to use your pastry thing, go ahead, because I'm going to, because it's so buttery. All right. Now, should I use the knife? No, I'm just going to use the fork. It's just as good as this. So I'm going to use the fork and the pastry tool. Now, this would help you a lot with making pies and cookies. Oh my gosh. And then once you're done with making your crust, wipe off all the excess butter because you don't want your sink to clog up. Okay. I'm going to hurry up and get this done so we're not in the dark. All right. Alrighty. Now, if you want to get in touch with me by email, go ahead, do so. It's at the link below. And you want to contribute to my channel, go to my PayPal. But however, I'm still working on Buy Me a Coffee. First thing, I don't think the chat room with them is not working, so I am going to call them instead. So hopefully I'm not talking to an AI. So, okay. Okay, we're going to mix this up. That's 1 cup I added in. Okay. There we go. Now make sure the dough is hard and is solid. Now, did I make up the recipe? Yes, I did, because I don't want to get hit with a copyright. So I don't want to be held liable for that. So I just made my own up. Okay. Now, but however, if you have a food processor, go ahead and use it. Just put the cubes in there, blend it up, then put your flour in, the 2.5 cups in, then put in 1 tablespoon gently. So it can just form that ball. Then add the second one to even stiffen the ball. But if it doesn't turn out right, gently put on the third until it just rolls up into a ball and you can stick it in the refrigerator. So this is 1 cup I put in. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. All right. Looks like. Okay, so let me see here. I'll just put in 1 more 1/2 cup. See what happens. If it is workable, then I will need it. Okay. Let's see how it turns out. But you know what? It's better if you use a food processor because you can tell if it rolls up into the ball. It'll be easier to use and you don't have to find out whether or not you turned it into a hard rock. Because that's what happened the last time and I had to start all over again. Okay. Looks like I think it's probably doable. Just make sure you work it. It has to be in a smaller clump. So if it doesn't work, it's still soft. Add the second cup in. All right, so now I'm going to put this away. Then wipe this off. Away. And that'll be it. All right, we're going to stir this up and put it in that wrap. All right, there we go. It's in small balls, so I'm going to actually work it into a clump. Hopefully, it'll go into a clump. And then we are going to put it into the wrap. And we're going to cut it into twos. But it's easier to have a food processor, but my food processor is too small for something like this. So I'm probably going to have to order from the Ninja Company. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's more easier to use a food processor. If you got one, use it. And you can tell that it's actually stiff when it goes into a ball. So gently add it in, and if it forms a ball, that means it's done, and you stick it in the refrigerator. You can't really tell in this way. Okay, so you know what? Let me try and add the other half in. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I can get it. Let's see. Okay, well, at least it's not boiling. So, all right. Okay. Now we're going to put in the other half. Or the second cup. it stiffens up. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's fine now. Hopefully it won't go soft like the other one did. But the way you can tell that it's done is by using a food processor, by adding in the flour little by little. And then if it goes into a ball, small clumpy little things, then you add the water. And if it goes into a ball, it's done. So that's the only way you can tell that you did it. Is if you form it into a ball. It looks like it happened. So it looks like I added about, let's see, 1.5 cups in, I think. So, all right. It's pretty much done. And then you stick it in the refrigerator and have it soak overnight. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight. And then grab it out the next day for dinner or brunch or whatever. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I make a huge mess. That's why I'm not in the kitchen as much. But guess what? Cooking is something that you have to do. It's not, and it's a necessity. To me, it's not fun, but it's a necessity. That's why I'm here giving you the recipe. Okay. So. All right, there. All right. All right. All righty. There we go. And it does look like it's fine because I'm sorry about the silence again. So I'm going to wrap this up and then stick it in the refrigerator. And I'm going to wrap that one and stick it in the refrigerator. And then it'll be done. So, okay. All right. Or, you know what? Let me get a plate so it doesn't make a mess. All right, and I'm almost done. So let me get another plastic wrap. And then line it up with the bowl. And then stick it in. All right. Okay. Now, okay, now you're going to need the dough. And once again, I am sorry for the dead silence. So there's not supposed to be dead air. So, all righty. And there we go. And thank you all for coming in a little later. But one of you actually did come in, and I'm at 1,700 and 700. I think 763 members, I think. So, oh my gosh, it's so. Thank you all for dropping in on me. Even though it's after, it's okay. All right. All right. Now it is done. All right. Now I'm going to put this in the sink. And then put that away. Yeah, this fell out when I tried to grab it. Okay. Now we're going to wrap this up and put it in the refrigerator with this one. Okay. And then on Thursday, I'll bring you this story about the difference between dark magic and black magic. No, dark magic and white magic when it comes to the cult. So tune in Thursday. Oh, but guess what? Monday tomorrow, I have my crafts day on Monday. And then a little later, I'm going to hop on and make the pot pie. So, okay. And then, let's see what I can come up with. All right. Now, go to the hit the like, press subscribe, and I'm going to see you tomorrow at my arts and crafts table.